Hey, what's up guys? This is Camden, and right now I'm poolside, chilling, relaxing. It's hot, it's sunny. I just finished working out, and before my next class on Palfish, of course, I have about 20 more minutes, and I want to spend this time right now to create this video because it's something that, number one, a lot of people are asking me about and questions on different social media, and also this is something that I feel like our culture is going through and society. A lot of people are bringing this to light now. I'm not here, this is no doom and gloom. This is not some kind of self-therapy video. This is not something like, oh, man, I'm so depressed and I don't know what to do. No, it's not like that. So the first thing, you got to realize is when you're a person that is going to be teaching English abroad, or even if you're teaching English online, like, you got to face it, you're going to be with yourself a lot. You're going to be with probably one person a lot. So you're not going to have a lot of external type of communication. So with that being said, you're going to have to be very comfortable with yourself, and you might have to make some sacrifices. Now, for me, I don't have a family right now. I just have a girlfriend, and her schedule works out to where, like, I mean, she's at a school all day, and then she comes home at like 6 or 7 p.m. and then I'm finishing up my last, hour or 2 hours of teaching. But this goes back, beyond everything. So, like, how can you deal with depression, if you're teaching English abroad, or teaching English online, or if you're living abroad, Yeah, some people are, some people are just graduating college. There's some people, 25 to 34, some people 18 to 24. That's the top two categories of the age groups watching all these videos. So I want to make sure that the people watching these videos know that I care about who's watching these videos, because that's something very important to me. Because, if I don't, the only reason why I do these things is because I care so much. I love helping people. It's so much fun. It gives me energy. And yeah, of course, I was upstairs just thinking, wow, why are you going to go out here and share people like at different times when you were depressed, and why do you want to share like how people can pick themselves up, after living and teaching abroad? So I just said, whatever, even if I get 10 minutes before my next class to record something, that's better than nothing. So let's just jump right into it. I remember the first time I started to feel like this set of depression. So if you watched my last video about, when I broke up with my girlfriend in to stay in Costa Rica and teach English abroad, by the way, I was super surprised that all you guys really liked that video. It gave me some insight. I'm like, wow, so people do not only want to, because sometimes I'll work so hard to put together a Palfish video and it'll be like the lowest amount of views, and I'm like, what's going on? I put so much time and effort, then I just get out here and I'm like, this happened and this happened, and it's like, people like it, so okay, great. I'll give you guys what you like and give you guys what you want, more of it. So I just remember in Costa Rica, like, when I broke up with my girlfriend, and this is kind of like it's not like a continuation of the last video, but basically when I broke up with my girlfriend, I kind of quickly got involved with someone, and she was just like, the way she came in, and just, it was, my first time abroad, and just the way that we met each other, it was like really spontaneous, like out of the blue. And for like the next 8 weeks, I got myself so wrapped up in her and I forgot about myself. I forgot about why I came back to Costa Rica. And this goes for anybody out there. If you're a girl and you got a crush on someone and you're going crazy, it's okay. You can have that crush, but you need to find yourself first. You always got to come back to yourself. So what ended up happening was, I really initially came down to Costa Rica. Surfing was the top three. Like, Spanish was a big one, surfing was a big one, and then just, okay, cool, Costa Rica, they speak in Spanish, and the food and the fruit and the beaches and all that other stuff. And I can teach English, so great, let's do it. Now, so when I got down there, that was my main focus. Every weekend I was going surfing. I was making sure that I, was staying true to my intentions of going down there. And during these 8 weeks, having this crush on this person, my own responsibility, but I got all screwed up on this chick. So like, this goes for anybody. If you're a guy watching this and you get so crazy about someone, it's okay. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna learn. You know, I'm a Scorpio, so like, I'm a very intense kind of person. So when my self-confidence even started to drop. So my self-confidence started to drop because I was no longer focusing on myself. I was only focusing on trying to make someone else happy. And then I realized that you can never try to fully make someone happy. You can only make yourself happy. You know what I mean? So little by little, I remember we went out one night to this dance club and I was with a whole group of people. And then she met some guy, I started talking to him, and I was just like, yeah, I was jealous, I was not happy. I'm not gonna say I was like raged or anything like that, but I was like, you know, like what's happening? And then like, you know, she wanted to leave early and I wanted to leave early too. And they were like, oh, just stay, just stay. And so you see, I kept following someone, you know, so you only need to lead yourself. And see, even though I'm in a great relationship right now, you know, that's why I like her so much and I respect my girl so much, because she can take care of herself. She doesn't need to always constantly check in with me, and I don't need to constantly check in with her. We got it under wraps. We got it under control. It's all good. You have to come up here a little bit. So, because it's gonna overheat. So when she this chick down in Costa Rica, when she, that wasn't a flick you off, it was just something in my eye. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, and then the girl, you know, like she moved out of the house. So I was just like really, really down on myself. You know, I had like no really friends, you know, probably in my last 2 months of being in Costa Rica. And then basically, I remember watching this is kind of, I'm really being serious. This goes, whatever kind of like makes you remind yourself of why you're doing something, that's what matters. So whatever it is, I remember for me, it was watching the surfing documentary, and I remember just like listening to the music and watching these guys surf, and I'm like, this is what I freaking came here for. I did not come here to chase after some girl. You know, I came here to live my dream. I came here to teach English. I came here to go surfing and to travel and explore and to see Costa Rica and, you know, interact with the locals and to practice Spanish. And it was like, this whole night was like this resurge of energy, and I was like, this is amazing. And it was like, put me on cloud 9. And then so from there on out, the last like 2 months, went back to enjoying myself. But it came in steps. And still, like that last month, I got let go, fired, whatever you want to say. I was very irresponsible when I was first starting out as a teacher, you know, like sometimes coming late in person. I remember one time I came in flip-flops, you know, and just not preparing for my classes that well. So all those things started to factor in. And, you know, the teacher director said adios, and I said, okay. So then the last month, I was like, I gotta stay here 6 months. I gotta finish up. It was like December. So I was trying to like teach English on the side, and my dad sent me some money for like some food, basically, the last like 2 or 3 weeks that I was there. And then I came home. And so when I came home on Christmas Eve, 2009, I went from like starting out in Costa Rica, this amazing experience, and then like had like all these experiences that I didn't expect, and that really kept me down. And then like I get back to America and I'm thinking it's gonna be so cool, I can share this with my family, look at my videos, look at my photos, listen to my stories. And it was like, oh hey, you know, my family was happy to see me, but it was like, because I had literally been out of the country for 6 months. Like just Nicaragua and Costa Rica for 6 months, that was it. So when I came back, it was just like, not surreal, but it was like a combination of things, and like very difficult to relate. Conversations are very different. Like I don't really care about pro football. Like, you know, here's the thing, whatever anyone likes that makes them happy, as long as it's not hurting other people and with good intent for the future of the planet and people, I'm okay with it. I'm cool with it, whatever. But like, I don't know, it was just like the vocabulary and the conversations, and it just was like very different from what I was experiencing. And then I get thrown into like this apartment in Orlando, Florida, and not like the greatest apartment, not the greatest place. And I remember the same thing. Like, I came home from a bar one night and I tried to make friends with this guy and this girl, and like just talking to them at the bar, and they were just like, looked at me like I was some kind of loser, you know. And I drove home, and I'll never forget this. I like broke down, I like hit the steering wheel, and I was just like, not cursing at God, but just like desperately asking like, why, you know, why did this happen to me? Like, how can I get myself out, you know, all that stuff, you know. And so what I realized is, traveling, if you're still watching, I really appreciate it, because here comes everything full circle, because I only have like less than 6 minutes before my class starts. So what I realized is, from 2009 even until not so much now, because I'm just so grateful for what I have, and that all, you know, it always comes back to gratitude. Like, no matter if you're angry, happy, sad, the only way to keep the vibes going, the good vibes going, is gratitude. It doesn't matter, hey look, you got 5 fingers, you got 10 fingers, you got 10 toes, you got 2 feet, 2 hands, you got a brain that's working. Hey, be happy for something, you know, because you just got to find things to be grateful for. With that being said, what I've realized is, when you do start traveling, you're going to lose a lot of friends. You're going to make sacrifices. You're not going to be able to see your family that much. And so for me, you know, it's almost been 3 years since I've seen my family, and you know, I'll just be honest, like, I haven't really saved any money. And you know, when I first started out, I was like moving all around and living on an island and like traveling. So when I got here over to Thailand, you know, I'm paying off debt right now. It's the first time in my whole life, like, I have a good steady income. I care about my job. I love the people that I'm involved with. I love my students, and I love making videos out here. So like, you know, paying off debt and the transportation here, like the Uber and stuff, because I pay for my girl to, you know, I don't care. Like, anyway, there's a lot of things that factor in, you know, in traveling outside the country every month and stuff like that, or every 60 days. I'm telling you, these are all things you have to factor in. So like, what I want to come back to it is, when you're losing these friends and you're not spending so much time with your family, you have to realize, and you have to understand, like, are you doing it for yourself? You know, are you trying to escape something? Do you really love traveling? Do you do it because it makes you happy? Do you love meeting new people? Do you love teaching online and just having that freedom? Like, whoa, I can just get on a plane and fly to a new country. It's like a great freedom. And so I remember when I came here to Thailand, it was like one of the lowest points, because even when I was in Boulder, Colorado, like sleeping on sofas and like just waking up in the morning, and like I felt like really, really hopeless, you know. And the 2015, when I went back to Costa Rica, it was like this is another thing, like depression or sadness, but like sadness is just like as an emotion, but like depression is something that's like reoccurring mentally, psychologically. And yeah, I deal with those. I've battled those demons, but I give my thanks to, you know, that higher power. I believe in God, and it's all good. And you guys can believe in whatever you want to believe in. I'm not gonna hate on you. I hope, as long as you guys ain't bowing down to Lucifer, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's another thing that's what I'm becoming more and more evident is, the more I'm researching evil, the more I'm researching the hate in the world and greed and why we have so many problems. It really is demonic forces. It may even lose a couple followers here or whatever and not get so many likes when I say that, but we're dealing with very powerful forces. And as teachers, we are in the seats. We are literally in the seats guiding the future of this planet. So this is why I'm always, every day, I give myself a hard time. You know, as I said, I'm very extreme with things that I do. I'm like a perfectionist, but I have to let go. That's why sometimes I beat myself up for making videos, just like you guys out there, you know, some people I know, you guys would want to make a video or do something or post or upload something, but you're thinking about what others might say or think about it. We got to let go of that. We have to let go of what other people are thinking about us, because when we can be happy with ourselves, when we can believe in ourselves, we're going to see our worlds open up. And when our worlds can open up, that's when we meet the people that we need to meet at the right time. The money will come at the right time. That traveling experience will come at the right time. That job will come at the right time. So whatever you're doing, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And if you're going through some tough times, if you're going through some hard times, it's all good. Look, we're all going through trouble. We all got our own challenges. But when you're traveling abroad, you're going to hit some slumps. You will hit some slumps. And everyone probably teaching abroad can relate to this, because, you know, you're not in, I don't want to say survival mode, but you have to really judge, you have to be very smart when you start living abroad. And if you don't make those, if you don't wise up and you keep making those same mistakes, you're going to run into even more hard times. You might even have to go back home. And then that depression is going to hit you even harder, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, look what I left behind. If I would have done this, or I would have corrected that about my habits. And it's okay. Look, I had to go back 2 times. Yeah, I had to go back 2 times to America before I said, okay, this is it. I know what I got to do to be able to travel and to live and teach abroad. And now I'm doing it. And I'm here to help as many people as I can every day. So much love to you guys out there on YouTube. This is nothing's fancy. I'm just coming from the heart right now, trying to put out a video for you guys. And thank you for the questions. Thank you for the responses. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm just blown away by the last 3 videos that I uploaded. Had no idea that it would get such a great following already. So I want to say thank you guys for your time and attention. And it's all love right here, guys. Camden's in your lane. I'm in your corner. I'm pulling for you. You're pulling for me. We got to get more freedom for ourselves, and we got to start getting on a track that we can do the things that we love to do and inspire others to do it. Because look, we can set this world into a whole new landscape. We can have that paradise. It's all right here first. You got to plant those seeds for a better future, guys. Have a great day. Muchas gracias. Adios, amigos. Hasta luego. And I do want to interject this really quickly as I'm walking up the stairs. This is probably the most important part, was the fact that, you know, the 3 things that you're going to run into is the languages, the food, maybe transportation. That was what really caused me to kind of go down in my slumps when I first came to Thailand, because, you know, I didn't go into a place like Bangkok or something, or like Chiang Mai. I was in like a small country town where there wasn't a lot of stuff, and it wasn't easy. So those are probably the things that you're going to really run into, like culture shock, the language and the food and the routine of things, the way people respond, the way people react to our behavior. So keep traveling. Time to go teach. So in conclusion, really quickly, I just wanted to say, because the title for this video is going to be, I have everything I dreamed of, and I still get depressed teaching English abroad. And we're all going to go through slumps. You know, we're all going to hit peaks and valleys, and you're not alone. But no matter what you're going through, if you're just getting started, if you're a veteran, you know this lifestyle. So you have to just stop and remember why you started. Remember the beginning when you first took that TEFL certification and you had those dreams of traveling, traveling all over the world and meeting people and things like that. Just stop and focus on the simple things. And what I realize every time that I'm getting into a slump of depression again, it's because I'm focusing on too much of things that I don't have and things that I really don't need, like material things. And all I really need is to come back here, because that's where home really is. So to everybody out there, again, it's my 3rd time. Have a great day, and thank you guys so much. Life is great. We're all going through changes. Make it the best day ever. Thank you.